Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice. In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man. And it's money back guarantee. So you're going to have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I won't want to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that die because VOP is the plot.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice. VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
Air travel is one of the most exciting ways to journey across the world, but it also requires a little courtesy to make the skies friendlier for everyone. Now these are some essential flight etiquette. Boarding. Boarding is smoother when we all follow instructions. Stick to your boarding group, keep your pass handy, and step aside quickly once you find your seat. A little order goes a long way in getting everyone on board faster. Overhead bins. Now these are for everyone. Place your larger bags above and keep smaller items under the seat in front of you. That way, there's enough space for all passengers and fewer delays. Phone use. Now this, once the aircraft's door closes, all devices must be in flight mode. A simple switch helps keep communication safe and smooth for both crew and passengers. Talking about the middle seat rule, the unwritten rule says this: if you are in the middle seat, both armrests are yours. It's a small courtesy that can make flying more comfortable for all. Noise levels. Keep conversations and devices at a reasonable volume. Headphones are a traveler's best friend, and courtesy in the cabin ensures a peaceful flight for everyone. Talking about disembarking. When the plane lands, don't rush the arm.
Gamble with lives, which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings. If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is just the beginning.
Good evening, Africa. My name is Bamakore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from the Real Housewives of Lagos and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
Alright, hello, it's about that shaking the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know why you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weight.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers whatever living. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi, people. Jenny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs voice.
Policies that shapes our world and the economy determines our future.
We are every day. Great is buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the story shape our world because your voice is over.
Our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Mr. Familani, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand.
A very good evening to you and welcome to another exciting episode of The Issues on Voice of the People Television, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Nenna Ndomdioto, and apologies for starting a little bit late. Today on The Issues, we're examining the complexities of Nigeria's politics and governance, from Donald Trump disclosing that the U.S. worked with federal government to launch Christmas airstrike, to Kaduna government receiving 183 rescued worshippers. Also, EZEKWESILI and CSOs called for real-time electronic transmission of results. And finally, Turaki-led PDP condemns INEC's recognition of Wike-led PDP. Join us as we break down the fact and provide context to help you stay informed. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll dig deeper into these topics. Don't go away.
That determines
our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Mr. Alpha, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned.
B.
Boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls, this is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Glad to have you back. You're still watching the Issues and Voice of the People television. Let's dive straight into what we have for today. United States President Donald Trump says the U.S. worked closely with Nigeria to launch the Christmas Day airstrike against ISIS targets, describing the operation as part of broader counterterrorism effort. In a related development, the Defense Headquarters says the Nigeria-U.S. security partnership is focused on strengthening capacity building, intelligence sharing, and joint counterterrorism operations. According to the DHQ, cooperation with the United States has helped improve operational effectiveness against insurgent and extremist groups operating within and around Nigeria. Meanwhile, the United States has denounced the recent killings in Kwara State, describing the attack as horrific. Washington also endorsed President Bola Tinubu's security response, including the deployment of troops and intensified operations in the affected communities. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by a virtual guest. We have Ayoyinka Oni. He is a former coordinator, Take It Back Movement, Lagos. He is also a human rights activist and a public affairs analyst. Glad to have you join us, Ayoyinka.
Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, and I greet all the viewers.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, let's start off with this. Of course, I'm sure you heard the background to what I read, the story I read, and Trump is saying that the strikes that happened on Christmas Day was a partnership with Nigeria and, of course, the federal of the United States. And if you can remember, when the strike happened, Nigeria, the federal government did not announce this first. The announcement, what we heard first, or who we heard it from first, was the United States. And there was a back and forth. People were asking, why is our own federal government not coming out to say anything? And then eventually, the federal government came out to say that it was actually a collaboration. And now we've heard from the horse's mouth, that is Trump, that this was actually a collaboration. What do you make of this?
Well, what Nigerians can clearly see that have played out is the fact that the lobby that Nigeria paid heavily for, I can't remember the specific amount now, but the figure was everywhere at that time, for favors and for a listening ear to the Nigerian government, the United States government, of course, has worked. And that is the taxpayers' money of Nigeria being used to lobby for United States government support or political statement that will favor the Nigerian government. Because we all saw how it played out. After a strike was done and the people in the village started crying in those two states that were affected, it was Donald Trump that made the first tweet. And all the views that representative of Nigerians did, that's the spokesman of Tinubu, Daniel, and different storyline, and they couldn't even give more information. So, of course, the ambassador was just getting updates from his counterpart in the US, and that's basically what they were giving back. It was definitely not a coordinated attack between Nigeria and America. But, like I said, the lobbying has worked, and Trump towards the Nigerian government, and basically that's why he's saying all what he's saying. But we know that the US don't accept you or don't cooperate with you just for the sake of cooperation. There's a mutual benefit that both of them have gotten an understanding is. unfold. But for me, it's a shame that sovereign government have to depend on United government statements before they can say, yes, we are doing what is right. It's a shame on the government.
Okay, so you're actually trying to say that you don't believe whatever it is that that Trump is saying. Is that what you're trying to say? That you feel like this is just trying to help Nigeria save face?
Donald Trump is an international tyrant. I don't think anybody needs to need any announcement of that. We know what he's doing in Iran, in Pakistan, in Venezuela recently. This is someone that comes to the media and say, want to get their oil. They need to give us their oil. He wants to take over Greenland. So Trump is not an example for a good leader or anything. But of course, it's an example for the likes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government. Every Nigerian government over the years won the support of US, able to get into power, either for the first time and the second time. We remember Buhari's time and Obama and all that. So Trump is basically just saying this statement, like I said, just because whatever Nigerian government lobbied for with about 750 million, if my figures are correct, has worked. And they have currently have a mutual agreement, and Nigeria is just a tool to use to the world to claim that Donald Trump is a Christian. He's not a Christian. He doesn't care about any Christian. He's just playing international politics to favor US. As we all know, we have troops from the United States of America already on the ground in Nigeria collaborating with our military. We don't know how far the collaboration will go. But of course, this is just a lie. From the history of what happened, from the records, we know that the United States of America already fired a missile even before our government in Nigeria and knew. The tweets are there on True Socials, rather. So the evidence are there.
Okay, you mentioned that the U.S. Army already on ground to, of course, we know they're already Nigerian. And I don't know what you make about this. The DHQ has come out to say that it's collaboration, intelligence sharing, and all of that. What do you make of this this coming? Some persons would actually applaud it, that yes, there's a need for these troops. We don't even know the number that they are, but that some persons will applaud the fact that they are here. But I don't want to hear your own take. What do you make of this? Do you think it's actually a step in the right direction in tackling insecurity as we have it?
There's no problem in countries of the world that want peace collaborating to end insecurity. I see, and I've said it before, that the United States of America is actually the wrong country to have that collaboration. Not because the United States of America lack intelligence or they lack the firepower or the mechanisms to end insecurity, but because the United States of America handles every insecurity issues in the world with politics. And because of that, they have a game that they are playing, they have where they are going, there's a means to every hand that they are doing. They are not interested in any terrorism. I've said it before that the United States of America have never handed or stopped any terror group in the world. They come for a purpose. So they are basically the wrong people to collaborate with. The question to ask is this. This is Africa. Nigeria is situated in West Africa. The ISIS and the ISWAP walk around the eastern part of Africa. Libya, Cote d'Ivoire, Niger, and the rest. Is there collaboration between the Nigerian military and these bordering countries to hand these people? That, we are in Nigeria, we are pushing them to your place. We expect you to be ready for them as they are coming towards your place. Have there been any collaboration? If there have been, what has been the achievement? What has been done? What has it done? Or where does it? Do they need to work to get better? We don't know anything about that. There's no statistics about that. But of course, the United States of America, who have been here before, obviously, during Jonathan's time, and they were not allowed to solve the problem according to the machineries that were interviewed by BBC and the rest. He sent them back and allowed them to leave. And we're expecting a fantastic result. The insecurity issue in Nigeria is not just about weapons. It's economical, it's structural, And of course, is international terrorism also involved? But what have we done about our local terrorists? What have we done about the economic issue? What have we done about our structural problem that is causing this influx of insecurity in our country? Of course, we have not done anything. We are still joking about it. This is my analysis on the presence, physical presence of United States military in US. The international terrorists will also equip their boys and their men around our borders with more forces, because the United States of America is like an erection, allow me to use that word, through every terrorism. Any terrorist group that sees United States of America in their domain feels that they are actually working to get US attention, feels that their agenda will get more international recognition, so they will put more fire. And we are not finished saying this. Just this week, me and you have read the news about over 107 people that have died in Kwara State. In Kwara State. And there's another one in Benue. That one did not make the news so much because the one in Kwara is more bloody. This is what the presence of US does. But of course, while Ahmed Tinubu have signed a deal with the US that we don't know, and part of the fulfillment of this deal is the presence of the US forces. So I'm not going to clap for this because they have not done the one at home first before getting international presence. And if at all you need international presence or international ideas and intelligence, there are other countries that have good military forces, good intelligence, and are in no way involved in international politics that can help you solve this problem. But no, we have went for the biggest gun, which is the US. The US attracts more calamity.
Okay, if I hear you correctly, you're actually saying that the US being involved in whatever, in the insecurity, or trying to help us fight insecurity in Nigeria has done us more harm than good. That is what you're trying to say, or would do more harm than good. I want to be sure that that's what you're saying. And as you respond to that, while you were speaking, you said that the United States has a purpose other than what they make Nigerians feel, which is to help Christians fight, or rather to help ensure that Christians are not being killed as they are being killed. So if you say that there is a different purpose from what is being claimed, what purpose would you say that yes, the United States has, aside from what has been put out there?
Know that Nigerians, we are facing a lot in terms of economic and insecurity issues, and we need a Messiah at this time, which no Messiah anywhere. But Nigerians need to understand a reality. And what's the reality? Donald Trump doesn't care about any Christian anywhere in the world. Christian. He doesn't care. They sent forces to Venezuela. Venezuela is 80% of Christian people. People died in Venezuela, over 70 people, including a old woman. They are Christians. So if anybody is saying, oh, Donald Trump has sent his forces because he wants Christians to stop dying, it's just a joke. This is the trajectory and the history of the United States of America. The United States of America will never get involved in the security situation of any country if they don't have an ulterior motive. We can play around what it may be, but I cannot specifically say what it is. This is one of the issues. Trump wants to continue to have the Christian support all over the world in his international politics. And Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world. It is a press to the whole world. He has been pushing that idea. He has pushing that narrative. Christians are dying. I'm going there. I'm going to help them. I sent a missile to them, Christmas gift and all that. Even though we are still yet don't have a figure of whoever that missile killed and all that. That's one. Two, know that we are in a border with Niger. And people that understand, we understand that when there was a coup in Niger, the people that took over sent the United States forces out of that place. One of the biggest military bases in Africa was built in Niger. For me, I personally feel the US is taking and doing recon to recover back that place. And the best way that they can recover it is, of course, stage another coup in Niger, or set the place, burning. 2 weeks ago, there was a bomb attack in Niger that happened twice. Or set the place burning so that they can come in and recover and take over that place. So what is clear, and where is the border to Nigeria? Of course, in the north. In the north, in the areas that are attacked by Boko Haram. So what is clear is that the US have an ulterior motive. If in the process they also find a way to help you to kill some of Boko Haram members and all that, but we will be joking with ourselves, we will be deceiving ourselves, we will think the presence of United States of American forces is going to hurt the security in Nigeria. The United States of America, I repeat again, have never ended terrorism in any country. Nigeria will not be the first.
Well, some persons will actually argue the statement he just made, because really some persons are actually very happy that the US is coming in. But let's kind of, own into what happened in Kwara State. And after the mass killings of almost 170 persons, the president has actually called or deployed soldiers to Kwara State. And the US has come out to endorse this very quick response of our president. What do you make of this? What does this endorsement of the security response by our president, what does it connote? What do you think it connotes?
I think any Nigeria should be clapping for security redeployment after 170 people died. It has happened over and over again, right from Buhari's regime. Redeployment. I condole with you. We are going to attack them now. And there will be another attack. I don't think I cared about that. But we should analyze. When few people died in Benue, Trump was shouting. He was hungry. I'm coming there. All of a sudden, he's congratulating and saying, yes, it's a good one that Tinubu has deployed, to confirm to you that the lobby that millions were paid for has worked. But to state clearly that presently, as we speak, one person, one elderly woman has been kidnapped in the US. If you watch CNN, BBC, and every major news line, there is hourly updates on the process and all the security forces to secure the safety of that woman. One woman. The mayor is talking about it. The police is talking about it. All of the agencies are collaborating. The presidency is talking about it. The governor is talking about it. And you will see they'll be giving you updates. We have done this, we are doing this. One woman. Imagine if 200 people is killed by terrorists in the United States of America this night. Trump will not sleep. Because in the United States of America, they have states. In the United States of America, even though their president has a problem, there are some people in the government also that you see that they have a problem. They have a system that the people are saying it must work. In Nigeria, we don't have a system. One set of people just die. Till date, me and you, we are still saying 100 people. We cannot mention the name of one of them. The only news that we have is because of you media have been doing your best to go and cover the aftermath of that incident. I've seen about 3 media that have released footages. And even some international media. No serious report from a government. We don't have a system. What we are saying is a governor of a whole state going to sit in front of a president and narrating how people died. He's telling the president news line, story time. The president is holding his cheek on the life of 170 people. We don't have a system that protects. We don't have a system that works. We don't even have an emergency response system. They are doing mass burial for them this evening. We are in a sorry and a pathetic society, and a government that don't know what they are doing. And you know, when we human rights and all that start giving the government ideas, sometimes we just feel it's a waste of time because they will never do it. They will not listen. Because the life of one Nigeria is not important to them. I tell you and I repeat it, that if this issue did not get to the news, the government will cover it and they will move on. Because before this attack, there were intelligence by the people that these people have warned us. Oh, they say we should take Sharia. We say we are not accepting. Come to our aid. They did not move an inch until 100 people were killed. But in a normal society, this will not happen. Let's now say, unfortunately, it happens. The government will quickly move into action, not just redeploying forces, getting data of all the people that died, confirming for their family that they need to even release their faces so that we know them, immediately going after the miscreant that did this to show other terrorist groups that this cannot be accepted in our society. But that will not be done. The army will go there, they will drive around. Do you know why they are there? Let me even tell you. They are there because they don't want people to come out and protest. Yes, you can die, but please, carefully, cry quietly. They just return them back. Why some of others in that state almost every week? This is the fact that our security architect, it is gone. But your president can sack the entirety of army staff because there's a sound of coup. But the life of Nigerians is not that important. It is a joke of a country, and Nigerians need to wake up and do something about it.
Okay, you talked about security architecture being very, very down, and let me bring you to, of course, what we've talked about earlier. But let me ask a question. That's the army, the U.S. Army on ground in Nigeria. One of the things DHQ had said, aside from collaboration, they mentioned intelligence sharing. But I want to ask you, we've heard so many persons say that our security, there's been internal saboteur in our security outfits or security architecture. And we know that some persons have actually said that internal coordination has remained weak. So how would intelligence sharing, how would it be enough when we have all of these issues? How can these be managed with all of the issues that we have as a nation in our security, and then now they are coming with intelligence sharing? Do you think it will actually change or make any difference?
I love this question, and the reason is this. And you said it all. When your own security architects are doing misinformation, disinformation, you have situations where information from the military is getting to terrorists already. How can you then share information with an higher security forces when you have not put your house in order? Look at the people that say they did coup against Bola Tinubu's government. They released their names because Tinubu staying in power is more important than him than any other thing. The people that have been giving information to terrorists, the people that have been sabotaging our information network, the people that have been affecting coordination, have you ever heard their name? Has their name been published? The people that have been selling weapons to terrorists, have their name been published? There is no real plan to solve the problem of the insecurity in Nigeria. There's no real plan to put the security forces in order. And how do you do that? Corruption cannot exist within the rank and file of Nigerian security forces. It cannot exist. If you have an IGP that you are seeing that is snapping pictures with people that are international criminals, that of course the police cannot catch, somebody has to come from a retired FBI has to come to help us to catch him, not helping us because he actually defrauded someone abroad. When you are seeing your military men having pictures with smugglers, no smugglers, higher authority military men, how do you expect those people to come out and do security work properly? The entire security process is compromised. And the president himself, who the IGP told you that if not for the president, he will not be here today, it's like a father to him, is also compromised to the IG. How can he do the right thing? Because when we are talking about security, we are very quick to look about the army. But I can tell you quickly, the majority of the problem we are facing starts from the position of the police. The soldiers should be at our borders. The soldiers should be at towns that have high kidnapping and terrorism rates, protecting it. It is the police that is for crime prevention. How many crimes are they preventing? Are they even properly equipped? We all see police in our community. We all meet them on the highway. Do many of those police force look like people that are serious about identity security? Some people have traveled in this country. They see how the FBI works. They see how the state police work. They see how the SWAT, and all those forces work. RIPD and the rest. There is so much level of seriousness. We are not a serious country. So if we have not solved our internal problem, they want to collaborate with the US. They are just going to frustrate those people. But those people also, like I said, they are here for two issues. One is to find a way to just manage Nigerian problem. The second one is their major issue where they came for. And like I said, as the period continue to go, we will be seeing those things. It will be coming forth. And like I said again, if by now Nigeria has not collaborated with all our neighboring countries that are also facing the issue of insecurity, then we are still joking, because some of the influx of these terrorists come from the border, from Niger, Cote d'Ivoire, Libya. We are not collaborating, but we are quick to collaborate with the US and all that, just for political reasons, just because we want to keep power. Nigerians need to wake up, because I can tell you the terrorists are not in any way threatened by the presence of the US. They are not. The terrorists in this country will be threatened when they see that there's a high political will from the executive and from the police and from the army, the navy, to end them. You will know that they are threatened. Presently now, they are not threatened because they see that all these are still political games. We are still playing political games with insecurity in this country, and Nigeria should not expect any beautiful results.
Okay, let's move on to the next conversation. Of course, still talking insecurity or security matters. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has officially received 183 worshippers rescued by security forces after being abducted by armed groups. Receiving the worshippers, the governor described the occasion as a day of joy for the state. He said the safe return of all the abducted worshippers vindicated the quiet but relentless efforts of the state government and security agencies. The governor assured residents that the government remains committed to dismantling criminal networks and ensuring the security and safety of every citizen. You know, Ayoyinka, almost 3 weeks after the abduction of these church members, we see the rescue of the abducted members, and nothing is being said about how they were rescued and all. You know, what do you make of this? You know, their rescue or their release is being celebrated, but everything is shrouded in secrecy, sort of. Nobody's saying anything. The state government isn't saying anything. The federal government is not saying anything. And we have seen that. Of course, let me ask you, what do you make of it? Let me not put words into your mouth.
We have a budget for ransom now, both federal and state. I don't think this is a news. Nigerians knows. There's a budget for ransom. The government has to separate it. In fact, there are some communities where they pay the ransom ahead, even before they are kidnapped. Please, our terrorist friends, take this money. Don't kidnap us yet. So, you know, when the government is celebrating and putting it in the news like that, you will know that there are a lot of mishap in all this. But of course, you see, military will come with them, they'll put them in a vehicle, and all, but ransom has been paid, of course. And the question in the lip of every Nigeria is that how long will we continue to pay ransom to terrorists for the funds that were used to develop society? The people that you are even paying ransom for, they cannot boast of such money. That's ransom from government. People within themselves also are gathering money to pay ransom. Some people still die in the process. For me, I don't think a responsible governor will be celebrating anything. If you get 108 of your residents released, one way or the other, you should be in a sober mood and telling the people you are sorry for them experiencing this, and promise it doesn't happen again, all the things you are going to do to make it so it don't happen again, and go and work your ass to make sure the people are safe. In Kaduna State, it's either they are kidnapping tomorrow or they are killing the next day. It is one story week after week. So this is not a time for any governor to be trying to use it for political. Oh, you can see that the government is serious. 108 people were kidnapped, for God's sake. 108 people just picked up like chickens in the community because there's no security. We don't have security anywhere in our state. The half of the police force are protecting VVIP. There was a news 2 weeks ago that the police told the people protecting VVIP to be on standby and on a alert. I don't know whatever information that they had. And the remaining half are collecting bribe, extorting and all that. So all these things are not in place, and you want to be rejoicing that 100 people were released, which most likely ransom was paid. We need these leaders to wake up, because 36 states in our nation presently has been surrounded by terrorism. Kwara already. If Southwest think that they are one special people, now we are special, where even if the security is in Northeast, Northwest, and North Central, we can run to South. Abuja thought they were special. Now terrorists are showing them shaking with kidnapping and the rest. In Southwest think they are special, they are just joking. Oyo State governor the other day said it by himself that Oyo is already surrounded by terrorists. Ogun State have experienced terrorist attack. Ekiti has experienced terrible one. It was even Ekiti that trended. Ondo has experienced. Ogun has experienced. Kwara has experienced. So if we Southwest think they are safe and we don't speak out until we are all, overwhelmed by this issue, we are just joking. And we have nothing to do than to call out this government. The people of Kwara should not be sleeping. The other day, women were protesting in Kwara in government house, and they beat them away from there. I'm sorry to say this. Some of the people that beat them, probably their family might be those that were killed the other day. Until we see the news, before we see this thing. Today's survivor, tomorrow's victim. Today's government supporter, tomorrow's victim. Everybody's just waiting for its turn. We are not seeing anything important in what the government have done about security. But if Nigerians still want to be clapping for U.S. presence, well, we are going to watch and we wish them success. But I say security is local and international. The local aspect has not been solved. We have gone for international. The international cannot solve your local government. It's impossible.
You talked about ransom, but in the federal government would actually come out to tell you that they don't pay ransom. And they've said it's oftentimes that they don't pay ransom, that they don't give money to these bandits or terrorists in exchange for our citizens or Nigerian citizens. But of course, you are saying that you feel ransoms have been paid, and many Nigerians also feel that way. But let's move away from security and let's move to a matter that I'm sure you would be very happy to talk about. The former Minister of Education, EZEKWESILI, says Nigerians are demanding real-time electronic upload of election results, cautioning lawmakers against action that could undermine public trust in the electoral process. Civil society organizations have also intensified pressure on the National Assembly, with over 70 CSOs insisting that real-time electronic transmission of votes must be guaranteed ahead of 2027. The groups argue that electronic transmission reduces manipulation and enhances the credibility of election outcomes. Meanwhile, Senator Victor Ume says over 85% of senators supported electronic transmission of results during deliberations on the Electoral Act amendment. There's been a back and forth on this electoral amendment. We get to hear some of the senators say there was electronic transmission was passed. Some said no, it was changed to electronic transfer. Some said that it was done to the discretion of INEC. What do you make of this entire back and forth? And we've seen the CSO, we've seen someone like EZEKWESILI come out to say we want real-time transmission of electronic results. What do you make of all of this back and forth that we're having come up in our country at the moment?
John, is the fact that they have left a loophole in that electoral act to allow the INEC chairman or whoever is in charge to still be able to present results regardless if the real-time electronic transfer was done at real time, as we saw in the last election, even when the transmitted on the beavers, on the rev rather, the INEC chairman still at midnight announced the winner of the election using Excel sheets, and that loophole is intentional, stating that they can do real time, and if it is not possible, also they can send the figure to the national through the state, and it's intentional. And why is it intentional? It's intentional because me and you know the majority of people in that Senate basically rig the election to get to power. Of course, they won't go to the polling unit themselves to buy votes. They have boys that do it. Of course, they won't send people to go and snatch ballot box for themselves. But they will not go and snatch ballot for themselves. But they have boys that do it. They won't be the one that will be sharing money. Of course, they have people that do it. So they want to make sure there are loopholes for everything that they need to do to get into power. But I say this, and I want to say this clearly, that the problem of Nigeria election is not just about the real time or no real time. The problem of Nigeria election is the fact that the president of the country chooses the INEC chairman. And whether directly or indirectly, you are going to listen to your employee. So therefore, he will listen to the president. This man has already conducted one or two elections since he became chairman. Was it in any way different from the elections that we have been having? Was it not vote buying everywhere in Ezekiti State now? I can't remember now. Or Anambra? It was vote buying everywhere. Nothing special, no difference, So basically, we still don't have a serious INEC that fear the people enough to conduct election free and fair. Let me tell you something. Even if we don't have electronic transmission and everything is manual, and we have an INEC that is not corrupt, an INEC that are well paid, that will not collect bribe from politicians, and they are saying we're going to do our job, we don't want to know anybody, and they count the thing manually, of course, we will have free and fair election. We will. In a case where they are counting manually, and let's say the ruling party is not winning somewhere and someone going to snatch the ballot box, they will follow the law to make sure that there's a rerun in that place or sanction whoever did the ballot box. Everything is inside their law, But this is not done. So when we don't have an INEC that's for the people, and we still don't have a Senate that wants everything to be transparent, of course, we're not going to get anything special. I was listening to the issue of U.S. election today. The people in charge of election are not the federal. All the states are in charge of their election, and they are independent body. The federal is trying to be in charge, but the state are saying, no, we have to make sure that everything is accordingly. So Nigeria's problem is not only the transmission, also we don't have an INEC that stands for the people. So
Okay. So what you're saying, if I can hear you well, you said what we need at the moment actually is for us to look more into how the INEC chairman comes into play, as in like how we get our INEC chairman, that position. And this is where we'll have to wrap it up. You've really done a very fantastic job on your analysis tonight. Thank you very much for being a part of the show, Ayoyinka. That's all we have for today's episode of The Issues. We explore the challenges facing Nigeria and, of course, its electoral governance. Thank you for being a part of it. Don't forget to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and discussion. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest news and insight. Until next time, stay informed. Remember that the views and opinions expressed by our analysts are solely their own and do not reflect that of VOP Media. I am Nenna Ndomdioto. This has been The Issues and Voice of the People Television, where the future faces forward. Please don't forget to stay tuned for hashtag with Vivian by 8 p.m. Don't go away.
I'm Sarah Nystrom from Sweden, aka Chief Omobawale Communication Queen. Keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jacobs representing the States. Miami's in the house, and I want to make a shout out to VOP TV. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm also a rep in the film industry and the art industry. I help dreams come true, and I help you keep on that path. Shout out to VOP TV because you're helping people stay on their path too. Cheers.
All right, my name is John Odibo. Keep watching Voice of the People because it's a fantastic station to be with all the time. Thank you very much.
My name is Pastor Elvis Ciro, the convener of the Voice Achievers Award, and keep watching VOP. Yes, that is the channel for all the people. No color, no race. Thank you so much.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abbas Sunkan from the Netherlands. I am a designer and I'm here in Eco Hotel and Suits. Keep watching VOP, the voice of the people. Don't touch that dial.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics.
Tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The people's voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before. To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV.